What's up, Wargamers? Welcome back to Battleshock Wargaming Studio. Michael, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing fantastic today, Dave, because I have exciting news. Into the AM has decided to sponsor yet another video.
Into the AM has been hooking us up and hooking you up with a bunch of graphic tees. They also have hats, tank tops, and a bunch of activewear.
That's right. Today I'm wearing my brand new honeycomb skull shirt. This was a gift from my wife. I absolutely love it because it matches my Sylvaneth army. It's super cool. I know a bunch of you have been ordering new graphic tees. Comment in our Discord and let us know what you think about them.
Absolutely. I've been all over the Into the AM website lately, and I just got myself 3 new graphic tanks, and I was able to save a couple bucks by bundling, so I'm pretty excited about that.
I also noticed that they have that 6 t-shirt deal, which is great because you guys can use our 10% promo code to save 10% off those bundle deals.
These shirts are so comfortable, they're velvety soft, and they're just the right length for tall people like Michael.
Now, my favorite thing about these graphic tees is that Into the AM has artists that make beautiful, unique t-shirts. Nobody wants to be that guy with that same tired Walmart shirt that everybody else has. So with this, you get to express yourself and walk around with a real piece of art.
For sure. So go ahead and hit that link down below. It's pinned in the comments and it's also in the description box. You can go ahead and save yourself 10% off using that promo code. And once again, big thank you to Into the AM for sponsoring this video.
All right, let's take a look at what we're doing today.
All right, so here we are. We're going to talk about the matchup today. Michael, this is a really exciting one because we're taking some competitive armies for the new GHB.
That's right. We have the tournament coming up at the US Open Tacoma. Hopefully we see some of you guys there.
Absolutely.
And they kind of did it sturdy with the new GHB dropping right before. We had to scramble to figure out what we're bringing.
Yeah.
And if you guys are going to a tournament and you're not really sure what to bring, usually your best bet is to bring something that you're really, really comfortable with. So we have Sylvaneth on the table.
Which he's running, even though I'm standing in front of him.
And then we have your Stormcast guard over on the other side.
Absolutely. These are really interesting matchups because we both have a lot of battle tactics that we can achieve. We both have some really good durable defensive stances, and we have 1 Andorian Locust apiece, so we can use some of that stuff. I think it's going to be a really good matchup. Dragons are always good. I've actually dropped a dragon unit to take some different smaller support pieces, so that should be really fun. And then you're running kind of a classic list with a twist.
Yep.
I like that you've used some birds.
Yeah.
Get those birds in the list if you can. 70 points for Aether Wings is a steal of a deal. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining us. Consider liking and subscribing down below. You can also consider checking out our Discord. It's free to everyone. And we have a lot of fun in there, just chit-chatting about Warhammer, video games, Loner's Powerful Beard we talk about sometimes as well.
We have a channel called Powerful Beards. So if you have a powerful beard, hop in the Discord, go ahead and show us a pic. We love it.
Also consider checking out our membership service. We have big goals this year to hit 100 members, and we're very close.
Like 96. Become a member. I would love you forever. It's $5 a month. You get extra battle reports.
Yep, that's the big thing,
Come on,
man.
extra battle reports.
We're doing extra battle
We love
reports. Also, there's a bunch of other cool perks, but everyone's really here for the battle reports.
Absolutely. Big shout out to our affiliates. Baron of Dice, my boy, supplies all these beautiful resin dice that we roll on the channel. We got a brand new megapixel camera so you can see them even more clearly. Brand new dice box, lighting, sound panels. It's fantastic. The studio is really coming together. And once again, it goes back to those members. Thank you so much. And also, big shout out to Gray Matter Games, who supplies all of these beautiful objective markers that match the beautiful battle mats that he has supplied for us.
So with all that being said, let's take a look at the armies we're playing today.
Let's go! All right, I am absolutely pumped to get Stormcast Eternals back on the table for the new General's Handbook. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be a bunch of dragons and some support pieces. They're Hammers of Sigmar, so I get a 6-up ward if I'm wholly within 12 of an objective. My general is going to be the Knight Draconis. He is going to have 1 extra wound for his command trait. He can retreat and either shoot or charge with his mount trait, and then he's going to have mirror shield, so he can't be targeted by shooting unless you're within 9 inches of him. For support pieces, I have a Knight Incanter. The Knight Incanter is going to be an Andorian Locust, is going to know Celestial Blades. No, I'm not taking any of those OP spells because I'm not going to be able to get them off. She can auto-unbind once per battle, which is very helpful, and she can potentially cast twice if I choose to use that ability. I have a Knight Zephyros. The Knight Zephyros is a fast mover, can teleport, has some pot shots with her gun, has 6 attacks with her hurricane axes or whirlwind axes. Just a really good little piece for getting around the board. Then I have 1 unit of Liberators. I'm taking Call for Aid, Holy Command, so I want to have them there to work as a screen and maybe help me do some things late game, and they're just little chaff units. All right, let's take a look at all the Stormcast Guard. There's a bunch of them, 4x2 units. They're all kitted with lances. They have lots of abilities. They breathe fire, so they do mortal wounds from 12 inches out. They can re-roll their charge once per battle for free, which is really nice. They get extra rend and damage to those lances when they charge, and they have a really cool ability called Dragged into the Tempest, where they can just eat a model after they fight. And then a really important thing for this new General's Handbook is they're going to help me score battle tactics very easily, and they also have a 4-up spell ignore, which is going to be very helpful with all the spell casting. Here are the dice that I'm taking today. That hammer is going to be a 6, and we're going to see so many thousands of 6s today. There you have it, Hammers of Sigmar. Let's go ahead and see what Michael brought to the table.
Taking a look at the Sylvaneth today, I'm going to be taking my favorite subfaction, which is Gnarroot. This is the spellcasting subfaction. And then for the Season of War, I'm going to be doing the Dwindling. This is going to be giving me some rerolls to casts and unbinds. This is all helpful in the Season of Magic. My general today is the Warsong Revenant. Command trait is Spellslinger, so that we can shoot spells through trees. And then the artifact of power is the Vespal Gem, which is an auto cast that cannot be unbound. Super helpful for getting that specific battle tactic out of the General's Handbook. Next up, we have Alariel the Ever Queen. She's a triple caster, she's a war master, she summons, she comes back to life. She is a living battering ram, and I am going to use her as a giant godlike shield. Next up, we have the Spirit of Durthu. Durthu has one of my relics, the Greenwood Gladius. This gives him an extra attacks with his great big guardian sword. This is super helpful because we're going to be yeeting him across the field and trying to smash people up with that sword. We have the Battle Mage of Gur. We're still getting him while the getting's good. He has Wild Form, which is allowing +2 to the charges. Sitting next to him is the Spite Swarm Hive. This endless spell, when it goes off, gives +3 to charge. So if everything goes right, Durthu could be sitting at a +5 to charge. We have 2 units of Dryads. These guys are screens when you need screens. They also can teleport through the trees. They are -1 to hit and wound as long as they're standing near trees. We have 1 unit of 5 Tree Revenants. They have a free teleport that's independent of the trees. They can go anywhere on the battlefield. They're very good for getting battle tactics and objectives. We have 1 unit of Aether Wings. This is a fast, small unit. Again, it's just here to run around, snag objectives, get me some battle tactics. These are the beautiful Sylvaneth dice that we're running today. That emblem is a 6. Hopefully we see lots of them. That is my list. Let's take a look at this new mission that we're playing today.
Before we get into the battle plan though, let's talk about the Wall of Heroes. These are lords and commanders in our membership service, and they're really pushing through that little bit of extra support that's helping us get all this awesome new equipment for the studio. Thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. So today we are going to be playing a new battle plan. It's called Fountains of Frost. This is a 6 objective battle. We have an 11-inch deploy on opposite ends of the battlefield, and there's some special rules. The first one is Geysers of Primal Magic. Andorian Locust units count as 10 models for the purposes of contesting objectives, which is great. And at the start of each battle shock phase, you'll roll a dice for each objective that is contested by 3 or more units. On a 4-up, every unit contesting that objective suffers D3 mortal wounds. So you don't want to clump up, which is kind of interesting. So we'll see how that goes today. We're going to be scoring hold 1, hold 2, hold more, battle tactics and grand strategies. My grand strategy is going to be overshadow. I need to kill all the battle line, and I need to have at least 1 battle line alive. Pretty doable with dragons. Michael, what is your grand strategy?
Mine is spell casting Savant. So I achieve this if my general, who's a locust, is alive at the end. So keep the war song alive.
Beautiful. All right, let's get into this. Let's see who has initiative.
All right, Wargamers, we are back. We are about to get into it, but before we do, let's talk about deployment. This is a tournament, competitive match, so we need to talk about our deployment because it's very important.
Absolutely. Before we break down the armies, let's take a look at the battlefield. When you go to a tournament, you're going to see something that looks like this. So there's 4 different kinds of terrain that you'll typically see at a GT, so let's talk about them. There's going to be some impassables. That means that you cannot move, you can't land on top of them.
Right.
You can only move over them if you can fly, so move blocking. And then we've got 2 wildwoods. We have a traditional wildwood here, which is nice because you can take the trees off of it. And then we have a makeshift wildwood here. Anything inside this template is going to count as a wildwood. So you can't be shot at if you're inside of it, which is fantastic. And then on either end here, we have 2 garrisonable structures. They both happen to be arcane, which is great. And then right here, we have our 2 cover. So basically, if you're wholly on or within or behind, when you're getting shot at, you cannot be targeted, or you'll get a cover save,
right,
depending on if you have line of sight. So that's that. Let's go ahead and talk about your army, why you put everything where you did.
For sure. So starting in the front, we have our 2 screens of Dryads. They're pushed as far forward as possible, so they're 11 inches up. And then we have the Aether Wings in the center just closing out that screen.
Yeah.
They're going to be teleporting and pushing as far forward to try and screen out the dragons who are going to be coming down in Deep Strike. We have Alariel standing on one flank. She's very tanky, so she should be able to hold down a flank by herself. Durthu's in the center because he's going to be what I'm using to teleport. He is within range of the War Song and for the Spiteswarm Hive and the Wild Form from the Battle Mage.
Yep.
Speaking of which, both of my wizards are standing on arcane terrain, so they're getting their bonuses to cast, and they're both hanging out next to a battle line so that they're untargetable because of Lookout Sir. So that's really it. I mean, you're looking at the whole force of the army, and that's why I deployed that way, is I'm going to try and move forward, secure the table, and stop David from deep striking and getting to the good bits.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and take a look at my deploy now. So the first thing you're going to be looking at here is 4 units of 2 Stormdrake Guard. The reason I went with MSU is because I don't want to have a big Death Star unit that can be shut down. Michael's army can't actually shut down a big unit, but there's things like Be'lakor, Teclis, lots of other things out there, lots of little units that can pin you and bog down your movement. So I like the 4 units of 2. I've got 5 Liberators in the front of the terrain feature there, and they're screening out my general who is hiding out in the back. And then right behind him, you're going to be looking at some heroes, the Knight Incantor and the Knight Zephyros. They have specific things they're going to be doing throughout the course of the game as well. So that's my deploy, and let's go ahead and get into Michael's turn.
So before we get into Michael's turn, comment down below, who are you rooting for? Is it the Sylvaneth, which we know and love, or is it the Stormdrake Guard? Are Stormdrake Guard back with the new GHB? God, I hope so.
I feel like they're amazing. We got a practice game in, and they performed very well. So I'm excited to see how they do today, so you guys can watch it. I've played this army many times, so I know the ins and outs, and that's going to help me play a strong game at Tacoma. So let's go ahead and get into your turn. I decided to give you the first turn because I was 1 drop and you were 4. And let's go over command points real quick. So I'm going to have 3 command points to your 2.
To my 2.
And then I'm going second, so I am going to give my general a command point that is going to last throughout this battle round.
Cool. That's from the new, not Andorian Locust rule, but...
Yeah, basically if you're going second in a battle round, you can pick an Andorian Locust, or if you don't pick an Andorian Locust, you can pick a hero, and you can give them a command point instead, which is nice. Yeah.
So let's do primal dice. We're each going to roll 1 dice, and on a 4-up, we're going to use those for our primal dices.
1 primal dice for each of us.
Cool.
So the way that primal dice work is when you're casting, you can use one of your primal dice to boost your cast, and you also can use it to dispel and unbind. The scary thing about it though is if you use one of those and you roll 2 1s on the 3 dice, you do a primal miscast, you take D3 plus 3, you can't cast anymore, and every other unit within 3 takes D3 mortal wounds as well. So you want to watch out for that when you're playing, but it's nice to supercharge those casts and unbinds.
So let's do battle tactics. I think for battle tactic, we're going to do Magical Mayhem, get a cast off without being unbind. David is out of unbind range, so this is a good time to do it because he does have that little guy that can auto unbind things. So.
Absolutely. So that's a really good battle tactic. Let's do our heroic actions before we get too much farther. What do you want?
Let's get a command point with Alariel. She does.
Okay, I'm going to try to get a command point with my general. He does. So he's got 2 now.
Don't you love the new dice box?
I absolutely love it. Yeah, you did a great job. Michael put this together, had his wife help him, and it looks amazing. I like that the logo finally matches.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit deeper, and we also have a nice new camera on top of it. So hopefully these dice rolls look good for you.
Before we cast, we're going to use Alariel's ability to make everything an overgrown.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm used to holding on to this for late game because I would use it for a late game teleport.
Correct.
I don't need a late game teleport anymore, so I'm trying it this way to see how using it as a early game striking will work.
Okay, beautiful. All right, we're going to get into casting. Michael, what's your first cast?
First cast is going to come from the Warsong Revenant. We're going to 3d6 this one to bring out the Spiteswarm Hive.
Okay.
So we're at a 6 plus 2. Because we're at a 5, and we're plus 1 for the Warsong and 1 for the Arcane, so that is a 7.
Yep. Spiteswarm Hive comes out on a 7.
It comes out on a 7.
All right, he's going to place it.
And then let's do Wild Form from the Battle Mage. That goes off on a 10. So Durthu gets that Wild Form. The Warsong is going to cast to bring out a tree.
Okay.
Casting value 6 to bring out a tree. So
Okay.
should have just grabbed a tree.
Beautiful.
Neat.
Tree is down.
The tree's there. Let's cast with Alariel now. She's a triple caster, so let's throw Mystic Shield on herself. Goes off.
Okay.
Throne of Vines.
Okay.
Don't use a primal dice on that, but let's use a reroll.
Okay.
Nope. And then for her last one, I think we'll Tree Song back here,
Okay.
just in case.
Smart.
Oh, there it is.
It goes off, can't be unbound, and you're done casting. Nice. So you got 6 spells off, no problem.
Perfectly done.
And you're going to roll for the Spite Swarm to see if you're plus to your charge.
Yep, it's on a 2. I am.
Excellent. So Durthu is +5 to charge. Michael's all done with his hero phase. I did nothing. I just stood there. So we're going to be back after his movement phase. We'll show you what he did. Michael, we're back from your movement phase. Tell me what you did starting with Durthu.
Durthu did his teleport. He popped out of, since everything's overgrown, he popped out of these trees right here. He's looking at a charge on the general.
Smart move. I like it. It's a bold play. And then let's go over here.
Dryads ran. They tagged an objective, but mostly they're just trying to push and screen out. They're standing next to an overgrown. Alariel is holding the center. She's still within 9 of the tree. And then these Dryads still within 9 of that tree. They snagged this main objective. They also towed into the rear. And then these Aether Wings are just moving towards this side so that they can get a different battle tactic later. And they're also just trying to screen out to keep my juicy bits safe.
So he's got his War Song, Battle Mage, and the Tree Revs over here.
Right. Everything's in the back. We're trying to take the whole table with very few models.
Yeah. Your mobility is amazing. I love the Sylvaneth. Are we going to do any shooting?
No, because I don't want to make Durthu's charge any longer than it already needs to be.
Yeah, he could potentially throw a spear or use Durthu's shooting, but he wants to be able to get into those libs to help with his pile-in. So let's go ahead and get set up for charges. Okay, we're looking at Durthu. He needs to cover 13 inches of movement to get to the general, and he's got a 9-inch charge into the Liberators.
Okay, let's charge it up. So 5 plus 5 is going to be a 10, and then with a 3-inch pile-in, we should be able to get there.
Absolutely, so we'll move him in.
So I'm slightly out from being able to do any monstrous actions at the general. So he will be able to all at defense, which is important. So I'm just going to stomp these Liberators.
They get it.
One more.
They do not shrug. I will take a mortal. Michael, before you fight, real quick, I want to retro something. I forgot to do my Unleash Hell. You were definitely within 6 when you finished your charge, so I'm going to use one of my command points that I generated from the general, and let's see what happens. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Carry on.
Let's see how many attacks Durthu gets with extra attacks with his sword. He gets 3 extra attacks. So we're at the big 7. So we will all out attack, bringing us down to 2.
And I'll all out defense with the command point that the general did, so I have just my 3 base.
Okay, so this is 2s and 3s. I rolled 5 1s, David.
I'm sorry, Michael. I feel your pain. I've been there, done that.
Take 2 at -2.
I failed both of them.
It's 12 damage.
So he's dead.
Okay, well.
So it still worked out for you. He's going to explode.
Yeah. Now, guys, I didn't say it, but I was planning to put my Impaling Talons into him, so I don't get to swing on the Liberators with those. You have to declare all of that beforehand, but you guys know that.
Okay, the general bites the dust, and David rolls 12 dice. 1 explosion.
I shall take a mortal. So we strike and fade.
With that being said, guys, we can go ahead and get on the hero cam and score Michael up. We are back after Michael's turn. It was very productive. General went down. How many points?
5 points. Hold 1, 2 more. Battle tactic complete for Magical Mayhem. That was insane because I dropped 5 and then it still did the work. So that was unprecedented.
Couldn't make 2 4-up saves, or even 1, just to keep my general alive would have been nice. And I was just outside of 6 of the objective, so I didn't have a ward, unfortunately. So it's rough. We're going to have an uphill battle from here, but we're going to get right into it. I am going to also do the magical one.
Okay.
And I'm going to just try to cast Mystic Shield on the Liberators. Oh, sure, yeah, let's do Primal Dice.
Primal Dice.
Okay.
So we each get one,
Yep.
or we each get two, excuse me.
So we're up to 3. Now we're going to do heroic actions.
Yep.
I am going to attempt to get a command point on a 2-up with my Zephyros. That happens on a 5.
Let's just get a command point with, how about Durthu this time? Durthu gets a command point.
All right, now I'm going to cast Mystic Shield on the Liberators. It goes off. So we can go ahead and get right into my movement phase, and we'll be right back to show you what we did.
Dave, you finished your movement phase. Walk us through what you got going on.
The flock has absconded from the heavens and is going to shoot at some things. There's 4 dragons there. The Knight Zephyros teleported and is right behind them on the objective with a command point to help me do things if I want. The other 4 dragons came down 9 inches outside of those dryads right there. Michael did a good job of zoning the center of the board, so I'm going to move on the outside. And then on the far side of the board, there's 5 Liberators and the Knight Incantor who ran. So that's it. We're going to get into shooting. Okay, the Knight Zephyros is going to go ahead and shoot. I'm going to use the command point that she generated. I'm going to do all-out attack. We're going into the Dryads, so we're -1 to hit and wound. So instead of 2s and 3s, this is going to be 3s and 4s on 3 attacks. Let's see what we get. 2 hit, and then 4s. 1 wound, -1.
6. Failed it.
We got us a Dryad. All right, the 2 purple dragons are going to shoot into the Aether Wings. That's 2d3 mortals. That's 6 mortals.
Hiya! They did nothing. I've moved the tree out of the way so we can actually see what we're shooting at, but we got some dragons shooting into the Dryads, correct?
That is correct. We're going to shoot the black dragons into the Dryads first. That's a d6 and a d3. Let's do the d6. 6, the 3, 3. That's 9 mortals. That gets the squad. All right, that is going to be it for my turn. Lifted some screens, did some havoc with some dragons. Let's go ahead, get onto the hero cam, and score me up.
Stormcast Turtles have completed their turn. David, how'd you score?
I scored 4. I hold 1, 2, but not more, and I completed my battle tactic, which was to cast a spell with a wizard and not be unbound. I killed some birds and some dryads. It was fun. I couldn't charge because I was outside charge range. So yeah, so the score is 4 to 5, and we're getting into a roll-off. So let's see what happens.
Hup.
Okie dokie.
We shall maintain order.
We will maintain order, so we will be back for the top of battle round 2, Sylvaneth. We are back for the top of battle round 2, Sylvaneth, and Michael's going to take the turn. Michael, what is your battle tactic?
Battle tactic is going to be make a charge from the woodland depths, which is Harnett the Spirit Paths. Let's go ahead and get into, let's do Primal Dice.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
No primals.
No primals. You want to do your Andorian Focus?
Yeah, I'm going to give her an extra unbind this turn.
Okay.
And cast in my turn.
Yep. And then heroic actions. How about a command point with Alariel? Nope.
Okay, I'll go for a command point with the Lord Arcanum, or Knight Incantor, I should say. No.
Durthu's going to heal 1 wound.
Okay, so he's topped off.
He's topped off. Let's start with Alariel. She'll do a Mystic Shield on herself.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Okay.
All right, Alariel's second cast. What are we going to do?
Throne of Vines.
Okay.
That goes off on a 10.
I'll try to unbind that one.
Okay.
Nope, goes off.
And then how about a Arcane Bolt?
Yes.
No. Let's do Wild Form from the Battle Mage in the back.
Beautiful, goes off.
Okay. Let's auto cast Tree Song to this tree right here. On a 2-up or on a 1, I'll take mortal wounds. I do not.
Okay, that one cannot be unbound, so Tree Song is active.
And then let's 3d6 to explode this tree.
Beautiful.
Let's take a 10.
Okay.
It's a 12. I'm sorry, I'm +2 to cast.
Okay, I can't unbind it, but I'm going to try to ignore the magic. So I'm going to ignore with the blues. They're
Yes.
good, and then the other ones, they're not.
Okay.
So the black ones are going to take.
2 mortals.
Okay. Wholly within 12 of an objective. Let's see if we can shrug. Nope, we'll take 2.
All of our casting is complete. We're going to try and give the Spitesworm Hive onto Durthu, onto up. Nope. So he's only +2 to charge.
He's a lucky ducky, or I'm a lucky ducky, I should say. Haha. All right, let's go ahead and get into Michael's movement phase. We'll be right back to show you what he did. Michael, we're back from your movement phase. Tell me what you did starting with the Battle Mage.
Battle Mage moved and ran. We're trying to get away from the 4 dragons on the far side, so we made sure that all of our stuff's outside of 24 inches. We teleported here so that everything still gets its lookout, sir. This guy moved and ran so that he's on the other side of the wildwoods. And then we have these guys moved back to protect our general, very, very important. And then all of the action is on the other side of the table. The Tree Lord came in. This is our summons from Alariel. Alariel is staring down at everything, and then Angry Durthu is on the far side there, getting ready to strike and fade. So that's where we're at.
All right, let's go ahead and get set up for shooting.
So Strangle Roots from the Tree Lord. Hits on 2s, wounds on 3s. There you go. There you go, big guy. Don't drop him. Okay, take 3 at -1.
Okay, we're on a 3-up save because we got Mystic Shield. Saved them all. All right, so the Liberator saved all the attacks from the Tree Lord. We're moving on to Alariel. She's going to throw her spear.
Yep, throwing her spear at the wounded dragon in front of her.
Okay, I'm going to all-out defense.
She misses.
All right, Durthu is going to shoot now. Who's he going to shoot into?
Let's put it into the blues.
That's smart, because I'm all-out defense on the Black Dragons.
Yeah. 4 hits.
Okay, wounding on 3s.
And 3 at -1.
Okay, let's go 4s. Failed 2.
They're 2 damage each.
Okay, let's do 6s. Failed those. Okay, we're looking at Durthu. He needs a 7-inch charge because he's +2.
Okay, let's re-roll it.
Okay.
Okay, so now we need a 5, at least. Nope, not going in. Alariel going in. Cool.
I am going to unleash hell. Let me measure real quick and see if my leader that has the command point is in. Okay, so we're gonna unleash hell with our last command point. I can't do it with my leader because I'm just outside of 12. So into Alariel. D3 and a D6. Let's do the D6, 2, and then the D3, 1. So 3 mortals.
Tree Lord, need a 9. Nope.
All right, monstrous actions. What are you feeling like, Michael?
I'm feeling like I shouldn't have tagged 2 monsters. That's what I'm feeling like.
That's fair point.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I'm just going to Titanic Duel the Black Squad.
okay, sounds good. I will Titanic duel you with the blue squad, and then I will roar you with the black squad. Roar's good.
Great. So let's do 4 attacks with the horns. These are 2s and 2s.
Okay. Looking good so far.
Okay, so 3 at -3.
Okay, 6s. I failed them all.
15 damage.
Okay. 6-up ward. I struck 2, so I take 13 damage.
Okay, and then I'll scratch at you with my little talons.
Okay.
2 at -1.
Save those.
Okay. And then we strike and fade.
Okay.
All right, can you do your explosions?
Yes, so we're heads up here. Alariel strike and faded over here. She's staying more than 24 inches away from the dragon, so I can't chase her down. I would have exploded that one dragon into her before she did that though, so let's see. She takes 2 more mortals. So she suffered 5 total.
Yep.
Now, she suffered 1 in the shooting phase. So at the end of the shooting phase, she heals 1. At the end of the combat phase, she heals 1. And now we are at the end of the battle shock phase, so she's going to heal 1 more. So she has suffered 2 instead of 5, and this is because of the Throne of Vine spell.
Right.
So that was an interesting turn. I got very lucky with Durthu not getting in. Michael's still going to score pretty good, so let's get on the hero cam and talk about it. All right, Michael, we are back from your turn. Let's talk about points. How many points?
Only 2 points. We failed our battle tactic because we didn't make that charge with Durthu. It was really important. But sometimes you're going to roll a 1. It is a dice game. So Durthu's standing there with his cheeks in the wind, and they're about to get clapped. So, David, what's your battle tactic?
My battle tactic is going to be a matter of honor. Pick one monster in your opponent's starting army that's on the battlefield. I'm going to choose Durthu. You complete this tactic if that unit is destroyed by wounds caused by attacks made by friendly, Draconith, or Stardrake units during this turn. So the flame stream that they shoot is an attack. They also have their attacks if they charge. So that's what we're going to go for. We're going to try to make that happen. That's going to be my battle tactic. Let's go ahead and try to get primals. We don't have any primals right now, so let's see if we can get one.
We get at least one.
Okay. Yep, we get one.
Okay.
For heroic actions, I am going to attempt to get a command point with my Knight Zephyros. No good.
We shall Finest Hour, even though we're going to be taking mortal attacks, but we're going to Finest Hour.
It always helps.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, let's go ahead and cast Mystic Shield with the Knight Incanter. It goes off on a 10. I'll hold on to that. Or actually, oh, no, it's a 10. Yep, I'm not an Arcane anymore.
You got it.
Okay, we're going to put the Mystic Shield back on the boys, and then let's go ahead and try to cast Arcane Bolt. That's a 9. I'll use a Primal. That's a 14. Okay, I will silently roll his double ones, and it's like, carry on. That is it. I can't rally because I don't have command points right now.
Yep.
So that's that. So let's go ahead and get into movement, and we'll be right back to show you what I did.
David, you finished your movement phase. Walk us through what you got going on.
I tucked the Knight Incanter back onto the arcane terrain, and she is behind the Liberator, so she can't be shot. And she's within 30 of Unbind range of Alariel, which is helpful. I moved meticulously around Durthu to discourage a redeploy, so all of my shooting is going to be in range. And then, so the dragons are in a circle, and then right here, I just put the Knight Zephyros here, basically to close that hole, but also to be able to maybe issue, well, actually I can't issue a command because I don't have any command points. She's just standing there. And I could have taken this point, but I want to try to shoot at Durthu. I have to try to do every single amount of damage that I can right now.
All right, let's get into shooting.
Okay. All right, the blue dragons are going to shoot their fire breath first. 2d3 for 4 mortal wounds.
All right, he's taking 4. Keep going.
Okay, and now we're going to shoot with the single out black dragon. d6 mortal wounds for 5.
He's at 9.
Okay, now we're going to do the 2 purple dragons on the outer flank. That's 2d3 mortal wounds for 2.
He's at 11.
Okay, and then the blue dragons, 2d6.
He's dead.
And I only did 2 damage.
He's dead.
It was exactly enough damage to get him. So we completed our battle tactic. I am going to try to charge a unit of dragons, so let's look at the blues. Knight Zephyros into the Dryads, 3s and 4s because of the debuff. Nothing. Now we can charge. Okay, blue dragons are going to use Draconith Onslaught so they can re-roll their charge. Let's see what they get. 7 might be good.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, how about some monstrous actions, David?
I'm feeling the Stomp. Stomp's good. For 3 mortal wounds.
I don't need these command points for anything else, so I'm still going to all-out defense.
You'll have a 6 up. This is going to be 4s and 4s.
Sure.
It's looking good for the Dryads.
Is it?
Oh yeah, 2 saves.
All right, we take 2 more damage.
All right, Michael, it's your turn to pile in. Are you going to pile into the Dragons?
We are, just because if I can scratch, that would be helpful. And we're going to take mortals at the end of this phase, so on a 4 up. So let's see if we can take down a dragon in the process.
Okay.
4s and 4s, here we go. Whoa, that was surprising.
Very good roll.
4s again. Okay, take 5. A rend.
I failed 2, and then I've got a 6 up ward. Okay, I take 2.
So we'll spend our last command point to auto-pass morale. And we have 3 units standing on that objective at the end of the battle shock phase. So on a 4 up, David, every unit's going to take D3 mortals.
Okay.
Does.
Let's do the dragons. 3. One's dead. It's gonna explode. Well, shit. One into the Dryads.
Okay. The Dryads take how many mortals?
3.
Okay. And then my War Song takes how many mortals?
1.
War Song gets 4 up. War Song takes a mortal.
Well, that was unexpected.
That was crazy.
Yeah. I thought I was going to get that point, but you're an Andorian Locust and you count as 10, so no.
That is true.
I wouldn't have gotten it anyway. All right, well, I would say that was effective. I lost a dragon, but oh well. Let's get on to the hero cam and talk about it.
Stormcast Eternals have completed their turn. David, how did you score?
I scored 4 points, bringing me up to 8. So the
Yep.
score is 7 to 8. I hold 1, 2 more, or not more. I hold 1, 2.
Yep.
And I completed my battle tactic, which was kill Durthu with the Draconith unit. It happened in shooting, which was nice. I would have liked to charge him with a couple units to try to get some movement,
Right.
but I mean, it was good. I lost a dragon to that realm ability thing,
Yep.
but I don't think I could have gotten into combat with the Dryads had I not gotten onto the objective. So it is what it is. Wasn't able to wipe the unit. The -1 to hit and wound is amazing, and that's why Dryads are a great battle line. So let's go ahead and get into a roll off and see what happens. Michael breaks ties. All right.
Okay. I need that turn, so we will continue with the order, and we'll be back for battle round 3, Sylvaneth.
Michael, top of battle round 3. We're just giggling today, man. We're having so much fun. Love the new GHB. Smash that like button if you like it too. So you're going to take the turn. What's your battle tactic?
Intimidate the invaders. I have to have more stuff outside of my territory than inside. That's going to be pretty good. I should be able to do that pretty easily right now.
Yep, I think so.
Let's start with Alariel.
Okay.
How about a tree song, please?
Before you tree song,
Oh yeah, we should do like
let's
primals.
do some things.
Like you need those for sure.
We don't have any primals.
Nope.
Nope.
Excellent. Mystic Shield on her. 5. She really needs Mystic Shield. This is where I'm going to use my reroll. There we go.
Okay. I need to pick my Andorian focus.
Yep, you're going to do 2.
Yeah, I'm going to do 2. I'll have 2 unbinds. The Mystic Shield, you rolled a 9.
Yeah.
I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm +1. 8, so it goes off. You got your Mystic.
Throwing a Vines. Nope. And then let's do Arcane Bolt. Arcane Bolt goes off.
Did we do heroic actions?
Nope.
Okay, I want to make her a wizard.
Sure. And then let's get a command point with my general. Nope. Let's go ahead and do the wild form from the battle mage. And let's do it on the general.
Okay.
It's 8. The general is going to let's explode that tree.
Okay.
So let's do it on 3d6. So how about a 10?
Okay, I'm going to try to unbind that. Nope, goes off.
So we're going to get 9 dice because it's unmodified. So give me a 4 up on him, see if he ignores it.
Nope, blue takes.
2 mortals.
Okay. Shrugs 1, so he takes the damage.
How about a 4 up on the black dragon?
Okay, black dragon. Nope, he takes.
How about 5? 6. How about 6?
6 mortal wounds. Uh-oh. 6s. He's dead.
Okay, that's helpful.
And then the blue dragons. Rolling lots of 2s.
2 mortals.
Okay, I take them.
Let's cast a tree through another tree.
Okay.
It's a 7, 8.
Okay, I believe I already tried to unbind with my last unbind.
Yes.
So it goes off.
Okay, great.
Okay, drop a tree.
Tree is in the way back. Let's do Spice Worm.
Okay.
And let's put it on
Tree revs?
Tree revs.
For +3 to charge.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, that is hero phase complete. We're moving to move.
We'll be right back. Michael, you finished your movement phase. Tell me what you did. Let's start with the battle mage.
The battle mage ran so he can put a toe on that point.
Yep.
So we don't accidentally lose it. And then this little guy stayed in combat, so you can't run away from me. And then Alariel moved in. All of our hopes and dreams are on her right now. And then we have teleported and surrounded this back point, and we're just gonna try and do some shooting, try and do some charges, and just see what we can get there.
Right, and there's some tree revenants in the very back there. It's hard to see from where I'm standing because I'm 5 feet tall, but they're there. So let's get set up for shooting.
One shot.
Okay, who are you shooting?
That dragon right there.
Okay, I feel like I want to all out defense. So I will. I'll go down to 1 command point.
Okay. Huh. Whoop. Excellent. Let's run 2.
Give me that 4 up, baby. No.
6 damage.
Oh. Oh. Ah. Take 6.
I'm too afraid to do any shooting from my tree lord because I don't want to make all of my long charges longer. So, shooting phase complete.
All right.
Let's charge with Alariel.
Okay. 9's
She's in.
good.
Tree lord going in. Hup.
Charge is good. He gets a big 10.
Tree revs. They are +3 to charge.
Okay, so they need a 6 on dice. That's a 7.
The general's thinking about doing a charge.
Yeah. She's got wild form on her?
Yes.
Okay, so 7.
Hey, look.
Everything's going according to
Everyone
plan.
can make a 7-inch charge, Durthu.
You're turning on. Michael, you're turning on.
Let's try and fight last on the Liberators.
Okay.
Fought, losted.
The Liberators fight last. Okay,
Yes.
let's go look at the other monsters. All right, Alariel is facing down my dragon, who took way too much damage in the shooting phase. What are you going to do for your monstrous?
Let's just go ahead and roar.
Okay.
Your roared.
Cool. I'm going to stomp that dryad. No! Dang it. Thought it was a sure thing. All right, first activation is going to be from Alariel.
Yep.
She's got an arcane bolt in the pocket, so if she somehow fails to do 2 wounds, she's still in good shape. And I'm roared, so I can't do anything, so Michael's just going to fire up.
Yeah, let's all out attack here,
Okay.
just because it is important. So let's 2s and 2s
Okay.
with the horns. And doses. So take 3 at -2.
I failed 2, that's 10 damage. I guess I'll roll the wards, because it's fun.
Yeah, and it's the competitive game, so let's...
Okay, he's dead.
Okay, and then explosions.
Yep, we'll take 1 dice out, 9 dice, 2 mortal wounds, and 2 Alariel.
Okie dokie. We'll tag her, and then she will strike and fade.
All right, all these attacks are going into the Tree Lord. This is 3 attacks, 3 threes, -1, 2.
All at defense, and that'll bring us down to our 0 command points.
1 at -1.
So 3. Okay, that's what I do with Tree Lords.
2 damage.
Hey, we're still on top bracket. 5 attacks with the sweeping blows, 3s and 3s. Three at -1.
Fail 1.
2 damage.
6s. Take it.
And then 2 attacks with the massive impaling talons. 2s and 2s. 1 at -2.
Failed it.
3 damage.
She's alive on a wound.
Oh, almost got her. So we have 5 attacks with the spearing vines into the Liberators. These are 3s and 3s. Here we go. 3-inch range, by the way. That's actually why I was measuring.
What?
Yeah, they're 3-inch range
Oh
on
my
these.
gosh. Of course they are.
So 3 at -1.
3s, because I have Mystic Shield. Fail 1.
2 damage.
6s. 1 guy blows up. He's going to blow up on the tree revs. Now let's blow up on the War Song. Okay, War Song takes a wound.
4 up. Took a wound. 3 attacks with the falchions. 1 hit. No wounds. 3 attacks with the Protector Glaive into the Liberators. This is going to be 4s and 3s. 1 at -1.
Saved it.
And then we have 2 attacks with the Enchanted Blades. No attacks. Okay, that's it.
1 attack going into the war song. This is 3, and then 4. 1 wound at -1 rend.
Failed it.
Single damage.
Failed it. Into the Tree Lord.
Special weapon into the Tree Lord. 3s and 3s. Make 1 save, -1. You've got all out defense.
Does not matter.
2 damage. 3s and 4s with the other 2 attacks. 2 at -1.
Hey, there they are.
Nice. I'm all done.
So am I.
You have stolen that point.
I'm going to roll on a 4-up to see if we explode mortals.
Yes.
No exploding mortals.
Woo. I am going to do an ability, and I need to read on it real quick. I'm going to pick an enemy unit that's within 1 inch of this unit and within 6 inches of an objective and roll a dice on a 4-up, D3 mortal wounds. I'm going to pick the Tree Lord.
Laying low
Takes.
the tyrants.
Takes 1.
All right, he's suffered 8 wounds from terrible liberators and a terrible incanter. Just to point that out.
Yes.
He's
Just taking it.
just taking it. That is it. Let's get on here and score it up.
Let's do it. All right, we're back from Michael's turn. It was solid. How many points?
5 points. Battle tactic complete. Hold 1, 2, and more. So that's 5 points. That brings me up to 12. So David's 8.
Yep.
And battle tactics are looking quite challenging for David right now. He can get a battle tactic, but it's going to be sketchy. So what you going to do?
I'm going to do the battle tactic where I need to make a charge with one of my heroes.
Yep.
And one of them needs to still be in combat at the end of the turn.
So the idea here is make re-rolling 9-inch charges.
Yeah,
With 2
not
units.
great, but I also can, do some work right now, set up for the double. Michael's had me on the back foot the whole game. We've been going in turn order, so it is what it is. He's doing really good with his mobility to keep the dragons really far away from him, and I love that, so that's good. Let's go ahead and try to get our primal dice. We still don't have primal dice, do we?
Nope.
We still don't. For my heroic action, I'm going to try to get a command point on my Knight Zephyros. That'll bring me up to 1+1. We're good?
Let's get a command point with the battle mage. Yes. He's going to immediately spend it. 2,
Okay.
4, 6, 8, 9. Let's bring back some dryads. How about 3 dryads?
Nice roll, man.
He's going to try and dispel the Spite Swarm Hive. Gone.
Okay. Let's just do an Arcane Bolt
Sure.
on a 6.
I don't want you to have an Arcane Bolt.
Okay. Unbound with a 7.
There you go.
Okay. Let's do Celestial Blades on the Liberators.
Okay.
On a 9, 10.
Let's go with my Warsaw.
Okay.
Let's re-roll it. Okay.
Okay, so they're fighty? Question mark?
They're fightier than a Tree Lord.
That's true. All right, we've got Celestial Blades on the Liberators. We've finished everything casting-wise. So let's go ahead and get into movement, and we'll be right back to show you what I did.
David, you've completed your movement phase. Walk us through what you got going on.
The Knight Zephyros teleported over here, and the 2 dragons are right here. They had to do some finicky movement around the impassable terrain. I couldn't take a straight line, so I had to go around, but they've got good movement, so I'm still able to shoot. The 2 blue dragons moved as far as they could possibly move, and they have 1 shot on the Tree Lord. The other guy is out of range to shoot anything. The Liberators stayed in combat because they literally can't retreat because they are just too junked up with units, and then my Knight Incanter retreated out of combat because she's on 1 wound. So that's it. We can go ahead and get set up for shooting. Aqua Dragon is going to shoot into the Tree Lord. It's the only thing in range. That's a D6. 4 mortal wounds. Okay, the purple dragons are going to try to burn the Dryads. They both miss. The Knight Zephyros is going to shoot her 3 shots into the Dryads. This is 3s and 4s. Okay, 666, 4s.
Just a casual 666.
Okay, 3 wounds at -1 in the Dryads.
Kill them all.
Okay. All right, so starting with the Zephyros. Okay.
That was a huge charge you just
That's an
made.
11. All right, let's do this. We're re-rolling this. No pluses or anything, so let's just look for the 9.
Casual 9.
Okay, there it is. Let's go in.
Dave's going to try for an 11.
Okay, casual 11-inch charge. It's a great battle tactic. I rolled a 7. Let's move on.
It's your turn. You activate your monstrous action first.
I only have one dragon within range, and it makes most sense to roar, so that's what I'm going to do. You're roared.
Splendid. Let's fight last on the dragon. So 3 up. Nope. Everything's falling apart.
I roared you. I'm going to bank on my Liberators with their juiced up attacks can kill a Tree Lord.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, you guys might think this is weird, but if I can punch one mortal or one wound through into the Tree Lord who's roared, who's saving on 4s, then I'll still be able to pile in with the dragons and do some stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's fight with the leader first. Let's go all out attack here. So I only have the 1 command point on my Knight Zephyros. Let's fight with the leader first. This is going to be 2s and 3s. 2 hits. 2 wounds, 4 up saves.
Dead.
Okay.
That guy, man. LVP.
LVP.
I'm so frustrated with him because he's just like.
Michael's not going to pile in here, you guys, because if he piles in, then the dragon in the back can get him, so he's just staying right there.
These are 3s and 3s. Okay, it's all coming together. And then this is the glaive. 2 at -1.
I failed them both.
Single damage.
Okay, and then 6s. I failed them both. That 1 lib is going to explode into the war song. Nothing.
Okay.
Michael, we're just in range with the lance and the mount attacks. 2-inch and 3-inch range respectively. I've already done an all-out attack, so I'm just going to be hitting normal. So this is going to be 3s and 3s.
All out defense.
Okay. And 3s. Make 5 saves at -2.
Nope. 10 damage. Dead. So 1 attack. Hits. Wounds. And 1.
Save it.
All right. Swing on the battle mage.
Swinging on the battle mage. 3s and 3s. Uh-oh, everything hits. 1 wound.
He goes right through.
Okay, 2 damage.
Okay. He has 3 wounds remaining. All right. Let's go with the sergeant's glaive.
Okay.
And let's do everybody else. Sergeant's glaive missed on everything.
Okay. I figured because you didn't say anything.
Do you see the type of turn I'm having right now? 3 at -1. Single damage.
Okay. Shrug 1. Let's get on the hero cam and score that crazy turn up.
Stormcast Eternals have completed their turn, just burning in the countryside. David, how'd you score?
I scored 4 points. I hold 1, 2, but not more, unfortunately. I hold these 3 objectives back here. I almost got this one, but I couldn't kill the battle mage, and I would have failed my battle tactic if I did. So 12-12 is the score, and we're getting into the roll-off for battle round 4. It just keeps going, folks. Let's see what happens.
Can't stop, won't stop, not until the party rocks.
Okay.
We shall maintain order.
Beautiful.
And we are going to get into battle round 4, Sylvaneth.
Welcome to the 4th battle round. This has been super competitive, super fun. I got super lucky last turn. Michael won the roll-off though, so he's still in it. What are you going to do for your battle tactic?
Battle tactic, we're probably going to do Eradicate the Trespassers.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try and kill that.
Okay.
Interesting note, we talked this out through a game. In a competitive setting, like going to a tournament, what you should do is actually do heroic actions and all of that stuff first to just get as much data as possible.
Yeah.
Because you might need to change your stuff if things go wrong.
Right, yeah.
So let's go ahead and do Eradicate the Trespassers.
Okay.
I'm still getting my dose command points.
Yep.
You get 2 command points.
Yep.
Heroic actions. Well, Alariel's going to heal at the top of hero, 2d6.
Yep.
So
she heals 2d6 and she's only suffered 2. So.
She's perfect.
Primal dice?
Primal dice. Hup. Yes.
And yes.
Okay. Let's try and get a command point with the. Let's try it with Alariel.
Okay.
Yeah. No, she does not get one.
Okay.
Yes, she does, because my
General's dead.
general's
Yep.
dead, but she is a War Master.
So you get one on a 2-up.
Whoop.
And I'm going to do Finest Hour with my Knight Zephyros.
Okay. Okay. Let's cast Arcane Bolt with the Battle Mage Gur.
Okay.
Okay.
Goes off on a 5.
Alariel is going to try and Mystic Shield herself.
Goes off.
Goes off.
I'm going to allow that one.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do Throne of Vines.
I'll try to unbind that one normally.
Okay.
Nope, goes off.
Do you want to make me roll it, or do you want to auto unbind Metamorphosis before you I'll roll it
Okay.
on 3d6.
Auto unbind.
Okay, great.
Okay. No Metamorphosis.
Yeah. I knew that was the one to unbind, right?
Yep. Yep. Well, I can't let you do any damage now. You have to do the damage later.
Sure.
So I'm just trying to mitigate damage as much as possible by using every ability that I have held on to until right now.
Let's go ahead and unleash that Arcane Bolt.
Okay.
Take a morning.
6. Shrugged it with a 6.
I just shrugged this with a 6. We're gonna get into movement, everybody.
Michael, we're done with your movement phase. Tell me what you did with the BM. That's short for Battle Mage, guys.
Battle Mage still stood perfectly still because we didn't want to trigger redeploys. And then Alariel, I really wanted to go fight some dragons on the other side of the board, but battle tactics are really important. It's such a tight game right now that I can't lose out on battle tactics.
Yep.
There was a Dryad standing right here. It teleported way out of here. We're trying to deny David's Grand Strat.
Yep.
And maintain. I've lost mine, so we're just trying to. Oh, hello. We're just trying to deny his. And then over here, the Tree Revenants just fell out of combat with the dragons, because why would I stay in combat with dragons?
Right, and they couldn't teleport because they were in combat.
Yep.
He couldn't have avoided that, so he just piled in to try to get some extra attacks on the Liberators last turn. So that's it, let's get into shooting. All right, Michael is going to throw a spear at me, and I'm going to all-out defense.
All right, round 2. 6 damage.
Okay. Well, that's fun.
Well, look at that's what we needed.
I take 4 damage, just enough to kill me. I believe the Zephyros is 5 wounds. 5 wounds.
Yay, battle tactic complete.
We're going to explode into the Battle Mage.
It's going to be fun when the Battle Mage dies to...
Battle Mage takes a wound.
He takes a wound.
All right, Michael's got a little charge. Let's see what happens.
5. Need a 6. Let's reroll.
Okay.
Get these dice out of here. Give me some different dice. Hey, a 7.
7.
Let's see if the Battle Mage explodes to the Sylvaneth trees.
Okay.
No.
Okay. That would have been on a 4.
Monstrous actions. We want the roar. You're roared. You want the roar. We're
You're roared.
Okay. Here we go. 3s and 2s.
Okay.
Take 1 at -2.
Failed it.
5 damage.
I don't have any wards.
And then let's scratch at you. No scratches.
Okay.
Excellent. She is going to run away.
Okay. Play you later.
Where to run away to? One, 2. So I think I go back to my home. I don't see anywhere else to go. It just keeps doing the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 4 runes remaining, right?
Yes.
Alariel has returned to her place of, this is her dwelling. This is where she lives. She just hangs out here. So here are my thoughts, right? Like, David he can still reach out, but he can't reach out everywhere all at once. So he needs to go snag objectives from me. And he can't kill Alariel and snag objectives. So I think this is my play.
Yeah, keep her safe.
That is my turn. Let's get on hero and score it up.
Let's do it. All right, we are back from Michael's turn. Michael, interesting turn again. Really fun. How many points?
4 points. I did not go for like trying to kill more. I went for just maintaining a good point balance because it's too tight, right? It's just too tight of a game.
Yeah, you got to score, especially like if you're in a tournament and you lose hard, then it's going to put you lower in the rankings. So if you lose by only a couple points and then you go 4-1, you can still place. Like I went 4-1 with a loss at Tacoma last year and still got 5th place.
Sure.
Right? Because all of my wins were just so good. So that's something to think about if you're going to play competitively. Haven't done it yet. Let's get in my turn. My battle tactic is going to be surround and destroy, and I'm going to try to get 3 units wholly within 6 of battlefield edges. It's going to be hard, but I'm going to do the best that I can.
And I believe you have to call out those 3 units, and it's the
Knight and Cantor and the 2 dragon squads.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's get into primal dice.
Sure.
We have 2 still.
You have 2. I have 1.
Oh, that's right, because you used 1. Okay.
Yeah, I tried to blow my guy out.
Okay.
Okay, so we each have 2.
I got 3.
Yeah, you're right.
For heroic actions, I am going to, let's try to get a command point with the Knight and Cantor. Yep, on a 2-up.
How about a command point with Alariel on a 2-up? Excellent. And she's going to spend it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
We're going to rally some dryads. This is really important because he's thinking about his grand strategy. He's got to keep a battle line, my grand strategy. He's got to keep one of his battle line alive, so he's trying to get as many back as possible. Knight and Cantor is going to cast Mystic Shield on the Liberators. It goes off on a 5. Okay, it doesn't go
No,
off.
you're in.
Goes off on a 5.
Goes off on a 5. I was like, that is very close. Let's just deny regularly. You got it.
Okay, Mystic Shield on the libs. Let's do Celestial Blades on the libs as well. That's a 6. I rolled a 1 again. It goes up to a 7, but I can't use a Primal Dice. It's too risky.
Unbound.
Super unbound. No Celestial Blades for me. So I just got the Mystic Shield. No other stuff to do.
Correct.
So we can go ahead and get into movement, and we'll be right back to show you what I did.
David, you finished your movement phase. Walk us through what you got going on.
The turquoise dragons moved laterally. They're going to try to get a charge and get to the board edge, which means they're not going to shoot. Now the Knight and Cantor went behind the terrain, so I'm behind, so I get an armor save bonus potentially. Still got to find a Stour in the pocket for her, which is good. And I have the Liberators within 3 of her, so she can't be targeted unless you're within 12. And then my purple dragons are going to charge into the Battle Mage. All right, blue dragons, let's charge them. You get a 4, that's not enough. So I'm gonna use a command point to re-roll it.
Last command point.
Yeah, my Knight and Cantor has one, but I can't use it. And let's go. All right, that's a 9, so that's good. The purple dragons are gonna charge. It's a 9.
Okay.
9 should be good.
Dave needs a pile-in move to be able to complete that battle tactic. So if this guy dies from the trees, then it's going to be a failed battle tactic. So let's go ahead and 4 up. Okay, he's fine. 4 up on your guys. Take 2 mortals.
Okay.
This is not where we wanted those mortals to go.
Aquas are going to go for a stomp. 3 mortal wounds.
We're not going to watch him just beat up this one poor battle mage.
The battle mage is like, I'm going home.
Not necessary. Okay.
All right, dragons versus tree revs. Let's go.
Sergeant with the glaive. 2 hits. 1 wound. Nice one.
Save it.
And then everybody else. 2, -1.
Fail 1.
Single damage.
Fail it. I didn't have a ward. Can you
Nope.
roll me to 3 wounds suffered, please?
3 wounds suffered. Excellent.
I don't have any command points.
I shall all out defense from their War Scroll ability to all out defense.
15 attacks, 3s and 3s.
Seems very unlikely we survive this.
Make yourself 6 saves at -2.
Okay, 6 6s. They're dead.
Okay. That is battle tactic complete.
Yes.
So let's get on the hero cam and score me up.
Stormcast Eternals have completed their turn. David, how'd you score?
I scored 4 points, hold 1, hold 2, completed my battle tactic, which was surround and destroy.
Nice.
So the score is 16 to 16, and we were getting into a roll-off. We made it all the way to about round 5. Let's see what happens.
All right, here we go. Hup. Dave is going to take the game. Real quick, we can just talk this out.
Yeah, let's talk this out. So we talked if Michael would have won, he would have been able to do reprisal by killing that unit of dragons with Alariel, and he would hold 1, 2 more because he still holds all 3 of these.
And then these dryads can teleport to safety way
Right.
over there.
Right.
Retains, or it stops him from getting his grand strat. I'd probably get 3.
Yeah.
I'll have a hard time actually taking this. And then David won't have a battle tactic, or David wouldn't have a battle tactic, and I would actually pull the game. With that loss on the roll-off, though, David only needs to walk to here and kill 2 dryads.
Correct.
Which there's no way that he's not going to do that.
Yeah, and with my mobility and where they're positioned on the battlefield, I can just kill them with mortal wounds shooting, and I would have a command point to reroll the charge, and they can't really redeploy anywhere because of where Alariel is positioned.
Yep.
So they're kind of boxed in. It was an extremely good game. We'll be back for the wrap-up, and we'll give you a hard final score, and we will talk about how things went, how they all shook out. All right, everybody, that was a high-powered match. We're back for the wrap-up. We want to unpack some stuff regarding this new GHB and these tournament lists that we took. So before we get into it, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to End of the AM for sponsoring this video, and let's talk final score. So final score for the Stormcast Eternals was 22 because I was sitting at 16, scored 3, and denied Michael's grand strategy in the top of Battle Round 5. And then in Michael's turn, he would have been able to hold 1, 2, but not more by teleporting away with Alariel and holding one of the other objectives that I would not have been able to control with the dragons. So the final score was 18 to 22, and it could have gone either way. It was literally turn 5 roll off, like it is quite often between the two of us. Yeah. So once again, kudos to you, man. I want to talk about the Sylvaneth first because I think they're going to be amazing in this new GHB. I think they have so much freaking play. Let's talk about goods, bads, MVPs, LVPs, all that good stuff.
So LVP for me is going to be that Summon Tree Lord, which I usually really, really love. But he kind of just came out and fell over to Liberators.
Which is weird.
Like,
yeah.
That was a really, but I was befuddled.
I got extremely lucky with chip damage in that turn. I did 7 wounds to him with Lalo the Tyrant, an Arcane Bolt, 1 attack that squeezed through with the Night Incanter, and 1 attack that squeezed through with one of the Liberators. I then did 4 mortal wounds with a dragon. I only had 1 dragon in range, rolled a d6 for 4, got the big charge, killed him with the Liberators on Celestial Blades. It was crazy. It was out there. We were both surprised that that happened. That was a huge turn. Yeah. Because the general was within pile-in range of one of the dragons, and the dragon spiked when it fought as well.
I think there were 2 big moments that really turned the game. One was Durthu getting stuck in the open.
Freaking absolutely. That battle round where he missed a 7-inch rerollable charge and battle tactic, and I was able to get Durthu, that was the only way I was ever going to win the game, because you just obliterated my general in the first turn. And I was like, wow, I'm a chump. Like, I'm going to go to a tournament in a week, and I put my general out in the wind. So
but
that was
ended up not mattering. The other big moment was turn 3. I was quite far away from David, and David needed to make 2 different 9-inch re-rolling charges, and I was like, that's a terrible tactic. I can't make a 7-inch re-rolling. and David casually rolled like a 12 or an 11 and a 10, and I was like, and then everything just kind of fell apart on that turn for me.
That was
you picked up a lot of tools.
Yeah, that was one where I needed to charge with a hero in a battle line and have one in combat at the end of the turn. I got very lucky with that one. And then Surround and Destroy, exactly the same situation. I got to get all these charges off and work my pylons just right, and it was hard, and I was very, very lucky. So.
Yeah, any one of those going just a little bit differently with such a tight game would have swung the game just a little bit. I feel like I should have been just a tad more aggressive with Alariel and a little bit more conservative with Durthu. But after losing Durthu on turn 2, I can't play hot and fast and loose with Alariel. She's all I have left.
Right. And Alariel's max damage output is 24, and she might get lucky and kill a model, but it's hard to bring her in to kill a 2-man dragon squad because that's 18 wounds on a 3-up save. And they have magic ignore and all that stuff. There's a fly.
There's a fly.
Yeah, you guys think I'm just doing terrible karate, but there's a fly flying around. Really, really good game. So you got to give MVP to Alariel, right?
She did the most work. She got me the most battle tactics. Sylvaneth are still in a good spot for getting their battle tactics, getting their grand strats.
Oh yeah.
So that seems really good. And I think they're going to play well with the GHB missions because of mobility, right?
Yeah, you were all over the board, and you played so freaking smart in the first turn, like just shellacking my general, and then the way that you fanned everything out, all I could pick up was some Aether Wings and a unit of Dryads. And if you're playing against a bunch of dragons and that's all you lose in the first turn, then you're in good shape.
Good shape.
And you were set up to where if I doubled, I wouldn't really be able to do a whole lot, so you're able to just keep trying to push through the damage. Amazing game. LVP goes to my general, who was on the board for about 3 minutes and then died.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give MVP to the Zephyros because the Zephyros's mobility and just the ability to get a command point and use it and all that kind of stuff was very clutch. The dragons are all good. I mean, I'm not going to give them MVP. Everybody knows they're good. But the Zephyros did particularly well. And the Knight Incanter stayed alive on 1 wound, so that was really good. So yeah, that's it, man. I'm really excited to go to Tacoma.
Yep, me too.
When we go, we're going to be hanging out with the Rage Babies. Shout out to all of you. We're really excited to get some games in with you, and we hope that we get to see some of you other peeps that are going to be at Tacoma Open as well.
So I think that is it for us today. We're going to break down, film another battle report, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, see ya.